Wait a minute. Oh, we are live. Okay.
Excellent.
Yay. So we are live, and we're going to give everybody a few minutes to come in because this is not Soul Fire Ascension, the show. It is actually the last masterclass in the series of 6. So
I feel like it was just yesterday, even though we've had some space between when we started. We had holidays filling us in, and yet here we are, six sessions. This is the 6th session, but it hasn't been 6 weeks. It's been a lot longer, but it doesn't feel like it.
right?
Time is just immeasurably fast lately.
Greetings, Sister Sam.
Greetings, Sam. Thank you for being here.
So yeah, it doesn't seem like, and it's been way more than 6 weeks because, like you said, we had holidays and I had a trip and
Yeah, we started the first weekend of May. So yeah, we're in the quickening.
May master classes, as you had put it. Sam says, so sad it's done already. Would love to have it to continue. I know. But everything has to come to an end.
And when one road ends, another one opens up.
That's right.
And so to be continued in our Soul Fire Ascension category, because we are going to have a series of healing events of, healing. What would we call our series with Zulma?
I have been working on a name, but it is a healing series with Zulma, however you say it. The swearing therapist. She is a therapist and she has agreed to do this series. And it starts in September. That I think the first one is something about dealing with anxiety. So each one of her series is going to be one of those issues that, a therapist having your own therapist once a month, and to be able to ask her questions about the subject that we're doing. It is so amazing. It's going to be amazing. And she was on our show, how many?
June. It was the first June 5th, I believe it was June 5th.
Yeah. And she's amazing. And so I am looking forward to making her little videos too on each subject that she does. But how cool is that to have, a licensed therapist come on and once a month talk about an issue that is very common for all of us and be able to talk it out and ask her questions and get a free live counseling session, with Zulma. So that's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Yes. Real life scenarios played out, things that, like you said, anxiety, we all experience this in some way. So being able to have techniques, perhaps she'll be able to guide us like that as well, giving us techniques that she gives to her clients. So yes, absolutely. So Sister Sam, stay tuned. We've got much more in store for the rest of this year.
And what is it that Zulma says? If you're not happy, you're growing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I do too. I've had to, I'm putting that in my brain because, when something happens, I go, well, if I'm not happy, I'm growing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like the master class so far, I mean, I feel like I've gotten a lot out of it for myself in staying present, you know.
Absolutely.
Some of the things I believe helped me quite a bit. Even my husband threatening to escort me with this water bottle when I say I'm sorry.
How is that? So he has applied that technique to you. Did he have to squirt you at all?
Not yet.
Okay. Well,
Not yet. That's the danger zone right there,
okay.
I'm not going to say it. But I have found myself not saying it at quite as much.
Excellent. That's excellent. Well, at least it's water and not hot sauce or something
Right?
spicy.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Awesome. So, how do you feel about, shall we start with our opening blessing?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So, for those who have joined us now or in the future, thank you kindly for being with us. And let us all just take a moment now, take a nice, deep, gentle breath in through your nose. And as you release it, however it is comfortable for you, whether physically or just a silent out the nose, all the ways are the proper ways of breathing, as long as that's nice and deep and gentle. And in this moment, connecting with Source, calling forth on Source, allowing Source to flow through this beautiful sacred space that we are creating, seeing the beautiful rainbow diamond light in a beautiful sphere containing us, assisting us, anchoring us in the source frequencies with truth, unconditional love, and remembrance of who we are on a soul level. And there's nowhere else that you need to be except right here in your heart space as we connect this evening. Thank you to Source, and thank you to all who are joining us. We are sealed, we are shining, and we are sacred.
Aho.
Aho.
And thank you to all who are joining us now as well as in the future. And even though this is the last one of the master classes, you can still go to Soulfire Ascension on YouTube. And under the classes, you will have, after this evening, you will have all 6 classes. And you are encouraged, if you'd like, to contact me in the future. If you're watching in the future the classes, I can still send you the worksheets if you would like them. So, but for tonight, let me just say that when you scan that little QR code, whoops, wrong hand. When you scan that QR code up there on your screen, it will take you to a quiz. What kind of archetype medicine do you have? And it will take you directly to a free quiz that you can take on my website and find out a little bit more about who you are. Just had to put that out there. So, lesson 6 is about living this work in real relationships. Now, we have gone through quite a bit on these lessons. So, it's about this work in real relationships, not in theory, but in presence and in real life, 3D. So, after awareness, presence, grief, boundaries, and return, wounded healers often face a brand new challenge. How to stay connected to others without slipping back into who we used to be. So that's what basically this class is about. And I know that we will have the conversation because we don't know all the answers, but with all of us together, we will find those answers. Do we have any comments that we would like to show?
Oh, Sister Sam says, "Oh, I would like the worksheet." Awesome.
Okay, Sam, we have 6 worksheets. If you would like me to send you all of them, I will send you because I have your email address. So no problem with that.
Mm-hmm. And earlier when we were discussing the Zelma series, she says that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Certainly.
Yes. Totally awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So this lesson offers orientation, not instruction. Up to now, much of this work has been inward. Today, we turn gently outward, not to fix relationships, not to confront or resolve anything, but to notice how old roles try to re-enter when we begin showing up differently. So, yeah, has anybody else noticed that too? Because, we've done a lot of work and we're putting this into our relationships. And how do those old roles show up when we are showing up differently? I don't know about anybody else, but I have the no police in my head. And when something happens and I start to revert back, the no police come out and they go, no, you can't do this.
Awesome.
I didn't know if anybody else had any kind of technique or anything.
I like that technique though.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Lisa? Do you have a technique to?
I find when I start to lose myself in thoughts or what have you, finding something in my physical surrounding space to bring me back into the now moment so that I'm focusing on whatever it is that, say I'm on a walk and there's a plant right next to me. Well, and I'll stop and actually focus on that plant right here, right now, so that I stop myself from that pattern of looping thoughts, or however it is that I need to bring myself back into that centered, balanced state. But having something tangible to bring your awareness into the present now moment helps. And then I talk to myself and say, we're not going to do that. That's how I stop myself when I tend to either overthink things or have a looping thought. So I just bring myself back into that physical moment right there, and then gently tell myself, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to do this today. No, thank you.
That's a really good technique. I learned that same technique just a little differently. Like, say, if you're in a room and your brain and your mind, even if you're interacting with another person and you start going back to, you know, that sort of thinking, you can, just like you said, what's in front of me? I see a door, a window, and I've come back to the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yes. And like coming back into the body, because sometimes when we do drift off into that thought space, or like you said, we can be having a conversation with somebody. And even though we're having a conversation, we can find ourselves in those patterns where maybe we're the way we're thinking, if we want to reset our thought process, our thought patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely bringing myself back into the body so I'm not drifting or floating, thinking about something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And being present in the moment.
Yes, because it's very complicated sometimes, or overstimulating. Like you said, if you're talking to somebody, but at the same time, you've got a thought about what they just said, and then you're trailing off, instead of being completely present in that moment, listening to the conversation and trying to silence that inner voice that tends to get a little carried away. And
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Sister Sam says, it is so difficult not to lose focus.
It is. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways is the way Lisa just told you, because I like Lisa's way a little bit better than the no police, because it brings you back.
Sister Sam says, I pinch my hand mentally and tell myself, Sam, stay put, to bring her back into focus.
That's a good one too. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
since we're just talking about bringing ourselves in the now moment, I was stressed out on Sunday. I was on a road trip on my way back home, and I was stuck in some bad storms. So I was in Southern Illinois, and I had to pull over. I was in a small town, and I was holding space while there were storms on my travels ahead of me and behind me. And when it comes to storms, you really don't know what direction they're going to shift. That's what tornadoes do. And the tornado sirens were going off in this town. And it's very easy for me to fall back into the old programming of the old Lisa version, who would be white knuckled, freaking out, panicking. And instead, I found a place to pull over. I was with my dog, of course, and I've noticed that having the dog with me is also very helpful in transmuting, because I can pet her, and that calms me down. But anyhow, so as these sirens are going off, it's not raining, and I get out of my car because there was a rose bush right next to me. So I connected with that moment right then with the sacred rose bush, and I connected with Divine Mother, and she helped me bring my focus calmly right back into my heart space, right back into that moment. And being able to be hyper focused on something sacred truly helped me in that moment, because that's, not going to lie, one of my childhood fears. I used to dream all the time about tornadoes and being swept away in a tornado. And here I am, present moment, in a town with sirens going off, and I'm like, okay, let's currently connect to the sacred plant. So anyhow, but again, that I very easily could have lost myself had I
Yeah.
allowed my older version of self or my ego to take away my thoughts. But instead,
Yeah.
a divine mother came through, reminded me how sacred that rose was, how sacred I am. And in that moment, I felt completely safe. And at the end of the day, obviously, I am safe. I made it home. Uh, I just held space in this town for about an hour while I waited for the storms to pass, and then came home a little late, but that's okay. Better
Yeah.
late and safe.
Yes. Better
Mhm.
late and safe and balanced too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I will say that just going through this course, finding ways, finding techniques, even though that specific example is not a relationship, but it's a relationship with myself
Yes, it
when
is a
I would
relationship.
fall into a fear pattern, right?
Mhm.
And so anyway, this course, this master class has taught me how to remain in the body, being present in a more calm manner. Mhm. So,
Nice.
yeah, so thank you for the initial planting of the seed of this course, because we are on the journey of self-mastery.
Yes.
So, mhm,
Yes. Awesome.
yes.
So basically, this lesson is about staying whole, even when dynamics haven't caught up.
Hmm.
What often happens after growth, when the wounded healers begin to change, others may feel unsettled, familiar dynamics may wobble, emotional roles may feel unclear, and silence may feel louder than before. So these are some of the changes that are happening or that could happen with all these changes that we are staying present with ourselves and not abandoning ourselves and all the techniques that we learned. So this does not mean something is wrong. It means the system is recognizing a core truth. You do not have to explain your growth for it to be real. You do not have to justify your limits for them to be valid. You do not have to shrink to preserve connection. Old roles to watch for, self abandonment often returns disguised as over explaining, emotional soothing, rescuing discomfort, checking others' reactions, taking responsibility for tension, trying to fix the mood. So these urges are not failures. They are habits looking for familiarity. So we'll stop right there. So I think that one of the things that I feel like I have done in the past is the over explaining one.
Mhm.
And sometimes that silence, it actually is pretty loud.
Mhm.
So, and I have found myself not explaining anymore. Need to explain.
Mhm.
And if there's silence, it's not my responsibility to break that silence.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. The silence.
Mm-hmm.
And also fix the room, right?
Yeah.
That's a big one that we would fall that pattern into, because we just want everyone to be happy, and we don't want them to be uncomfortable. But that's where we're reflecting, pausing, and changing the pattern of the way we used to react versus our newer version of self,
Right.
where we recognize the patterns. Now it's time to stop that and shift it into something different.
And as you know, different does not always feel very comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
because our old patterns, they feel so comfortable because we've been doing them for so long. They're more muscle memory than anything. And so
Mm-hmm.
when you take away that muscle memory, boom, it's so different, and but change always feels different. How do you feel about that, Lisa?
Mm-hmm. I agree. um, yeah. And like you said, the muscle memory, that's part of our nervous system. We also have the fascia, which is like the network that's connected all throughout all of our nerves in our body. So the memory from the way we want
Mm-hmm.
those patterns, like you said, it's a muscle memory. So gently guiding ourselves to utilize different ways of navigating, and retraining and resetting our nervous system and our fascia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just starting to learn about the fascia, but it is quite interesting because we know that our body holds our trauma and our memories. And, um, there are techniques to assist you to release these things. And it's very helpful. Because like you said, there is so much memory. There is so much muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
We're not spring chickens. So we've
Nope.
had ages of these patterns and these learned behaviors that we're learning how to shift our awareness and our focus with. So,
Well, and not only that, we've had lifetimes,
right. So it's not just
because we
this
we
one.
bring forward, not only in this lifetime, we bring forward from previous lifetimes, and as time is actually a loop, future lifetimes too. So we're working on changing all of that. So, Lisa, have you found a way, for releasing some of that? I know
Yes.
you said you were learning about it.
Yes. So, for instance, our nervous system and our fascia system, when we take the time, um, for instance, humming, vibration, our ancestors and the indigenous cultures, what did they used to do at ceremonies? Sing and dance, right?
Hmm.
And ceremony was about joy and whatever it was in that moment that they're expressing their gratitude and their joy for. But again, with song and dance, which is our vocals and our movement. So I did read the other day in regards to the fascia system that if we just take 2 minutes a day to hum, it helps break up the tension that is in your facial muscles and in your nervous system. So just 2 minutes a day of humming will assist with releasing those trapped energies and memories that are stored in the fascia. And then another one is, again, we're not taught how to breathe properly. So
Right.
when we do start to take that time of taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, that helps reset the vagus nerve. The vagus or vagal nerve runs from our tailbone all the way up our spine to the back of our neck, and it's connected to our nervous system. And the vagus or vagal nerve, when we take a deep breath, and then when we're releasing that deep breath, you feel it in your abdomen. You feel your abdomen kind of squeeze on the inside. Mm-hmm. And when you practice those deep breaths and it squeezes that vagus or vagal nerve, that is helping reset the nervous system as well, which is a great thing, because when we are compromised, when our breath is compromised, it stops our vagus nerve from functioning in a proper way. And we want to reset that because it's a very powerful tool. Our nervous system, it's very interesting. Our body is set with everything we need, but we're not taught this, right? And so there are ways to reset our system and to reprogram it so that it's at its optimal function.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have your nervous system thing coming up. So, yeah. And I've noticed that during this class, we've learned, to take some time to take a breath, to take a few breaths and just breathe. And because, as we know, when something's happening, we tend to hold our breath. So we're holding all of that trauma in our bodies and we're not releasing it. We're just holding it right in there. I know, like, for example, if I get bit by a dog, boom, I stop breathing and all that trauma is in my body and I'm holding that in my body. And I've had to learn, breathe it out, breathe it out. So when something happens, breathe it out.
Yes.
Because Lisa is the nervous system expert here.
I'm still learning, but
hey, we all are learning. We don't have the answers. Do you have any comments?
Sister Sam says, we don't even know the power we have.
Well, that's true. Yep.
Yes. And I'm assuming I don't know when that comment dropped in, but I'm assuming it was around the time that I said that our body is set with everything we need, because it's a very interesting, intricate system that we do have. And one other thing I did learn, and this is in regards to the breathing deep breathing, the vagus nerve, is, you know how they say our gut is our second brain?
Yes.
And it literally is our second brain, and it's wired like in our nervous system is connected to our gut. And when our vagus nerve is reset and it's functioning properly, that is when our second brain is operating at its potential functions. When we're compromised by the stress of life, by our foods, by our environment, that second brain, our intuition, it gets somewhat distorted by whatever's occurring, right? So, yeah, it really is, our body's got everything we need to tell us what's going on, right? And when we're activated, when our vagus nerve is activated, then our second brain works so much better.
Yes. And that would be staying whole without pulling away.
Yeah.
So, and staying whole does not require distance. It requires pausing before responding. And like you said in one of our shows, I think it was you that said it, before you respond, take a deep breath. Take a breath, because you have all the time in the world. You don't have to jump in and respond. Just take that breath, become present, and then respond. Notice urges without acting on them. Allow others to have feelings. Allowing others to have feelings. So that's something, not only do we have feelings, but acknowledging another's feelings as well as being valid, as well as our feelings are valid. Don't say their feelings are valid, but mine are not, because that's going back to the old pattern again. So both the other person's feelings and your feelings are both valid. And letting silence exist. Trusting yourself to stay present. Wholeness is quiet. It's okay to be quiet. So now it's time. If Lisa has any more wonderful ideas, which I'm sure she does, it's time for Lisa's nervous system, because she's the expert at the nervous system.
I feel like it's the fact that it was so intriguing to me, that made me just want to learn a little bit more about it. And not only that, part of my breathwork class teaches about the nervous system, and then of course the subset functions that are connected to our central nervous system and all of that. So, but that's part of my passion. Part of my passion is learning about self-mastery and what it is to assist in being optimal, because these things are not taught. We're taught agendas. We're taught, we're taught what they want us to think about. So I feel that, say, for instance, my vision of New Earth schools would be teaching children about their biofield, about chakras, about their breath, and how to be peaceful, right? Because we're not taught how to be peaceful either. But in regards to the nervous system, our nervous systems, like I said, are so intricate, and it's like that. If you can visualize how the mushroom and the network of the mushrooms in the earth, their rooting system, it goes deep into the earth, and the root systems intertwine with each other, and then they're communicating with each other in the earth. And our nervous system is like that as well. Our nervous systems communicate to each other. So from our very first breath, we have been in conversation with our outer world, with our nervous system. And our nervous system has been learning how to co-regulate. Also, it learns from its environment, our nervous system does, so it's mirroring the environment that it's in, and it's reaching towards others. And when we are regulated, when our nervous system is regulated, then we offer regulation to others. And when we are open, we invite openness. And so in the integration in relationship is feeling yourself and another at the same time without losing each other. And that window of connection is possible without losing yourself. And that's where we're learning where to go with each other, with our teachings, with what we're integrating and learning. Not to mention the fact that in the future, we're going to be more telepathic with each other as well. And that's also interconnected with our nervous system. So I know that was a deep one, but the potential of, like I said, the way we are wired, the way we're created. And I know we've said this before, we are not meant to be isolated.
No.
We are meant to co-create with each other and collaborate with each other and have community with each other.
We're tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have our soul tribe, we have our star tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And everything you said is just so beautifully said.
Thank you.
As far as I love your idea of the New Earth School where children learn to meditate and to pay attention to their chakras, and they're not just, how can I put it? They're not just instructed on what to think, what to feel, what to be afraid of. Where the new earth and our children are learning to attune within to the chakras and feel for themselves how to think, not what to think, and
Yes.
how to feel.
Yes, and not what to feel. Exactly.
Yes.
That's
So,
sovereignty. That is
yes,
sovereignty right there.
it is. And we need to do the same thing with ourselves because even in the womb, we've had this programming of, before you're even born, you have a religion, you have an identity, you're a male, you're a female, your family, all of your family traits, nationalities, all of this is programmed into you before you're even born. And then growing up, all the programming, the biggest programming is in school, um, where again, they teach you what to think and not how to think, and what to feel, not how to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that we ourselves need to work with within ourselves. And hopefully, this class has helped us to go within and to feel. And so, with that being said, if there are any comments,
It looks like we're caught up, I believe, for the moment.
awesome.
Okay, Kitty.
So I'd like to invite everybody to reflect quietly. Maybe close your eyes, breathe, and bring your mind to a relationship where you often disappear. I want you to notice what role you usually play. What you feel compelled to manage. What it would be like to stay present without fixing. Let your body respond. There's no action required. It's all reflection. Where do I feel responsible for others' emotional states? What roles am I ready to loosen? What does staying whole feel like? There's no sharing required, but if you'd like to share, feel free to share. So, in an important reframe, healthy relationships can tolerate pauses, discomfort, difference, change. You are not harming the connection by staying whole. You are allowing it to mature. So between now and whatever comes next, this week's invitation, when you notice the urge to manage a relationship, pause and ask quietly, what happens if I stay present instead? Let that question guide you gently. So, and if we have no more comments, it is time for Lisa to do her magical closing blessing. And we are so grateful. Before Lisa does this, we are so grateful for everybody who participated in this masterclass. You made it great. And for everybody who in the future is going to participate and would actually like the worksheets. Sam, I'm going to send you the worksheets. But if you'd like the worksheets, it's not homework. It's just a guide to help you through the lessons and a reflection, and sometimes maybe journaling some things. So with that being said, I'll give it to Lisa.
Thank you kindly. And again, thank you for this seed that you planted, and like all the petals on a flower, right? Each lesson that we had, each session, each lesson was an opening, a blossoming, a beauty. It's beautiful bloom. So thank you, sister, for the opportunity for us to share this with the collective. So thank you.
Thank you.
So, in this moment, as we close, this is not a goodbye. This is just a so long and a remembrance to ourselves. And I would like to honor all of you who have joined us, whether now or in the future from now. Thank you. And thank you for the courage that it takes for you to stay, to not disappear, and to not shut down. This is not small. That is the work of a lifetime, and you're doing it. So as you go along on your journey, may you be met, and may you remain yourself in that meeting. And may you know always your wholeness is the gift that you bring. So take a breath. Choose you. Choose the wholeness of you. We love you. We honor you, and we thank you for being here and doing the work. Aho.
Oh, that was beautiful. And just a reminder, click on the little, yeah, right there where Lisa's pointing.
And that's got the archetype.
Yep. Find out your medicine archetype that you are, and find out a little bit more about you. It's totally free. It's a free quiz.
Awesome.
I encourage you to take the quiz and find out a little. It gives you a very nice little few paragraphs about what type of archetype you are and how that's integrated in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome.
great.
And that's a beautiful thing, right? It's the journey to self, the journey of the self. And for those who are wondering, well, why would I want to do that? Well, why would you not want to learn more about yourself and the gifts that you carry, the gifts that you exude on Mother Earth?
Yeah.
And as we unfold all the layers of self, there's so much more to be discovered, layer after layer after layer.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that I love learning about self and the aspects that I carry. And
yeah, especially through our ancestry, you would not realize how much we carry throughout our ancestry. I mean, actually, our DNA is changed from our ancestors. Like, they were ancestors who went through the Holocaust. That changed their DNA. That changed their future generations' DNA and reactions and so forth. So, but I do have an ancestry healing class, trauma healing class up there as well. So there are a few, and there's a free class, love the self you were never taught to, loving the self you were never taught to love. So that's a free class up there as well. Has some meditations and worksheets and all of that. So,
and let's also just mention, why would somebody want to do ancestral healing?
Okay.
Right? Because just in case whomever's listening now has not caught one of our other shows where we talked about ancestral healing.
Yes.
Right? And again, our DNA is memory. And sometimes we don't understand why it is that we do or we feel the way we feel about certain things. Well, when you dive into the ancestral healing, right? It assists you to have a better flow in your journey, because sometimes there are traumas from our ancestors that unfortunately we carry in our field and in our daily lives. So
Yes.
can you
So
tell
healing.
tell them a little bit about how else that would transpire?
Oh yeah. I mean, there are things that we do that we don't understand why or how we do them. And it's because it's in our DNA from our ancestors. And there's so much that we carry from our ancestors. And we're thankful for our ancestors, but because of the fight that they've had, I mean, look at the women, that what they went through. Look what everything they went through put us right here in this space. But everything that they went through affected their DNA, which affects our DNA. And we can go back and we can heal our ancestors, and we can heal ourselves, and we can heal our future selves or children, generations, so forth. Yes.
And how that can look for everybody is a little different.
Yes.
Money blocks, depression, um,
Yeah.
even physical ailments or diseases are carried in your vessel from past lineages. So it
Hmm.
can look different for everybody, but
Yeah.
just
Even
know.
the way you think, like you said, money blockages, or
Mhm,
even the things that you think,
mhm,
that came from your ancestry. It comes
mhm,
from, and a lot of it, if you think about it, our family does this, our family is that, and that's been imprinted into us.
mhm,
And those are things that we need to heal,
mhm,
because as Sister Sam said, we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for.
mhm.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah. So if anybody finds themselves like, you just wonder why you can't get past this, or why does this keep happening to me? It's constant, etc., etc. We strongly urge you to take a look into your ancestry and to clear that, because
yes.
I I have noticed a shift after I did work on the ancestral lineage and clearing it. It takes time. Everything takes
Hmm.
time, but as time goes on, when you do those journals and you do your prompts and you reflect upon, you tend to, then you see it. Oh wow, this is because I
Hmm.
did the clearing. Now
Yep.
I'm flowing, more connected, right?
Hmm.
You open up more space for yourself to be whole.
Yes.
Mhm. So,
So, and next Friday, which is July the 3rd, the day
mhm,
before the 4th, our next guest will be Becca B.
mhm,
And she's amazing. She has been on our show before.
mhm.
Would you like to see a preview of the program?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
nobody has seen this yet.
Okay,
So this will
awesome.
be our next show on July the 3rd. What if the answers you've been searching for were already written into your soul's blueprint? What if your astrology chart revealed far more than personality traits? What if hidden energetic patterns have been shaping your relationships, your abundance, and your awakening? This week on Soulfire Ascension, Raven and Lisa welcome Ascension guide, and evolutionary galactic astrologer Becca B. Discover the power of galactic astrology, human design gene keys, and star seed blueprint readings. Learn how subconscious programs, emotional loops, and energetic interface can influence your life path, and explore how energetic sovereignty can help you reclaim clarity, purpose, and personal power. Are your challenges random or part of a much larger soul design? Plus, hear about Becca's work, starseed blueprint readings, transformational retreats, and her free Seals and Implants Masterclass. Join us live Friday, July 3rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on Soul Fire Ascension. Are your challenges random or part of a much larger soul design? Yay!
Awesome. Exciting. That's a beautiful video. I like the sacred geometry in the background.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So,
That's
with that
exciting.
being said, yep, we'll see you guys Friday, our normal time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Seven, what's our normal time, Lisa?
8
My
p.m.
brain went,
Eastern time,
that's
8
right.
p.m. Eastern time, 7
My brain
o'clock
went dead.
Central time, and 5 o'clock Pacific time.
There you go. Yeah, my brain went dead because we went live at 7:30 tonight. So,
Yes, different mix of things.
yeah.
So, thank you
So,
kindly.
thank you so much, everybody. We have
Mhm.
so enjoyed.
Mhm. I froze.
Me too.